After reading so much about this device and the ways people abuse it, I went in really, really skeptical.
Oh my God, I feel like such a dork. My first honest reaction is that I am upset at how good these are, at how fun they are to wear. Being able to have a camera that is like right in front of your eyes that kind of captures what your eyes are seeing is an incredible experience. I feel like we're always trying to approximate that with cameras. I don't know. I just was not expecting to have as much fun wearing them as I have in the first 24 hours.
Wow. I kept wearing them. At home and outside, biking, running, exploring, working, by myself and around friends. But the more I kept wearing them in public, the more a different feeling started to creep in.
I'm having a lot of fun wearing them at home and around the house. But as soon as I step outside, I feel weird. Like to wear a thing that you know could be making people uncomfortable is a weird thing I've never really felt before.
On Meta's AI glasses website, there's a tagline: designed for privacy, controlled by you.
All right, I figure it's a good point to stop. So first of all, shout out to, his name is Christoph. He did a fantastic news story about the Meta glasses, video journalism. Much respect to that. I used to try to do stuff like that in the gaming industry for many years. And whenever I see something well done, like this one, it's fun to watch and it's fun to share. But I wanted to talk about it because this talks about one of my favorite things, which is tech, and specifically the Meta glasses, of which I have a love-hate relationship with. When they first came out, I thought they were fantastic. It's very rare when you pick up a piece of tech and you realize instantly that you're holding something that's a game changer. So I picked up Gen 1 of the Meta Quest glasses, and I remember being instantly struck by how dope the audio was, right? Now, I've since gotten rid of those glasses. I don't own a pair of AI glasses anymore. Not yet. Not because I'm against them. I just haven't found the right one yet. Not for what I need them to do. And I'm kind of waiting to see what Apple does. But with Meta, they started this whole thing. They started the trend. They found a frame that looks like real world glasses. They don't look dorky. The sound was amazing. Just instead of having headphones in my ear, it was freeing. It was liberating to drive around or do what you need to do. And you can hear your podcast or whatever you need in your ear. And it just worked. My only experience with that prior was, I guess, a year before I tried out Amazon's glasses. Amazon had a pair of, I think they were called the Echo frames or something like that. They were cool. They were kind of cheap and flimsy looking glasses. They didn't look great. But what was dope is having Alexa in your ear. And it was nice to be able to just say, hey, sorry, not Alexa, Amazon. Having Amazon in your ear. And it was nice to be able to call up your playlist or ask Amazon a question. And it was cool. Downside is, Amazon is extremely limited, right? You can only ask it to certain things. And it's not a really robust AI assistant. It's not a good assistant system. So when Meta announced it, and it had a fantastic audio experience, and then it had the camera, I thought that was really, really kind of cool. And I enjoyed them when I had them. But the love affair fell off for a number of reasons. One, I don't really care about, I don't really like Meta, to be honest with you, for numerous reasons. I don't want to get too deep into my issues with Meta. I'm just not a big fan of them as a company. And I've been supporting them since the Meta Quest, not even the Meta Quest, since the Gear VR, right? I've been rocking with them since. So I guess Gear is technically Oculus. So I've been in that ecosystem for a while, right? And I own a Meta Quest 3. The problem I had with the glasses, though, the thing that really broke me, where I decided, I'm not for this. One, I'm not a big fan of the camera, and that's not just the Meta glasses. I'm not a fan of the camera in any system. As a film and camera guy who has a camera background, I'd much rather have a real camera, or just use my phone where I can compose a shot. right? Yeah, it's a little more tedious, but the glasses would never give me the type of shots that I wanted. You don't get a bouquet. You don't get that rich bouquet. You don't get the composition that you want. You only get a fixed distance from the subject, and it wasn't the best camera. So I never found use for the glasses. Not in the real world, right? I'm not usually the one that's going to go around and take a picture of something and then say, Meta, translate this, or what is this thing? While cool in theory, and when I did try to do that a few times, I thought the glasses worked poorly, because then you're relying on Meta's AI, which I think was terrible. So I spent half my time trying to figure out a way to make the glasses work with my phone, with ChatGPT, and it just became such a pain in the butt that I just decided it's not worth it. No matter how much I love that the listening experience and talking with hands-free with the glasses, I didn't love the AI, and I don't care about the camera, right? So here we are, Gen 2. Everyone's loving the Meta glasses, and I'd be a fool to say they're not transformative. They were disruptive enough to make Apple change its positioning and rearrange what they're doing to catch up. So take that for what it is. Zuck, you won that one. All right, I'll give it to you. But here we are, Gen 2, and people are loving them even more. They've improved things significantly. Then you have the Meta display, which I would love to get my hands on to try out. I've just not made time to go into a Best Buy and set an appointment because I can't afford those glasses anyway. But they're cool, right? The idea that you get a visual display to see your messages or whatever you need is exciting. That's where I wanted the tech to go. So I'm looking at this documentary piece, and most of it is built around the very legitimate argument around privacy, right? People get these glasses and they want to take pictures. And the first thing a lot of people do, which is super creepy, is cover up, the camera, right? And cover up the light so people can't tell that they're recording. Now, like I said, when I had the glasses, my whole attitude is either use a real camera or your phone, right? Take composed shots. Everything else is voyeuristic, useless. I don't want to say useless because people like taking real world shots, but I never liked the idea of basically spy cameras on your eyes. That's what we're talking about, right? At the end of the day, you're not getting really good shots. You're not getting really good video. You got spy cameras. So to me, unless the only real world use for these things that were purposeful for me, obviously I don't represent most people, would be to have the camera in conjunction with good AI, not taking pictures of people, right? But taking pictures of objects and things around the shot, right? Not basically going up to girls and taking video of them without them knowing it. I think that's creepy, right? I don't like it. I never found use for it. I never wanted to do that, right? So that's what Christoph's whole video is about. This problem that Meta is having, where and all of these glasses are going to have, where people are using them for bad deeds. So the question I'm throwing out, and I don't know, tell me what you think about this, guys. Why can't Meta just make reverse facial technology into the software, right? Now, the first thing you're going to say is, okay, so if I want to take pictures of my kid, right? Or I want to take pictures of people. Okay, all right, sure, right? Isn't it possible? I mean, wouldn't this be responsible, where you can program into the glasses, kind of like, have a profile. You scan a person, it saves it in memory, so you can have a picture of your family, your daughter, or your child, your wife, or your husband. Basically, 5 people that you scan in and it's locked into the software memory, right? Database. So whenever you put on your glasses and you want to take a picture of them, you can do it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's going to take it with him every time. But if you're in the wild and you're trying to take pictures of people that are outside of that database, you can't take pictures of people. It doesn't work. It'll give you a message that says cannot take pictures of people. The end. You can take pictures of objects. and write words and historical landmarks, all that kind of stuff is cool, and get the data back. But people, no bueno. I don't get it. I don't get why that can't be a thing. And again, when I say no people, I'm not saying that you can't take wide shots of general public areas where people are roaming about, because you're not secretly filming people. You're just capturing an environment. But when you're going up to people and talking to them and recording them without them knowing you're recording them and then posting that stuff on the internet, that's not cool. And I think Meta can do something about that. Actually, I think it's the responsibility of all these tech companies to take responsibility for their technology. Because if they're going to push us into a new era, which I am a techno nerd, I embrace it, I love it. I'm one of those people that had an Apple Vision Pro briefly. I love that thing. But if they're going to usher us into a new era, there has to be some measure of accountability from these companies to help us and help the worst of us from doing bad behavior and messing it up for the rest of us. Because short of that, you start to have to question the motives of the companies, right? I don't know. Anyway, that's my take. If you want to look at this video, it's 18 minutes long. It's by a guy named Christoph. I'm certainly going to follow his content from now going forward. I would encourage you guys to check it out. There's another creator that makes great videos like this. This is all like the stuff that The Verge does, that kind of content. I love that kind of content. I love The Verge. But yeah, if you're into this vibe, check it out. It's good stuff. It's a compelling piece, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Hit me up in the comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.